I don't turn into a plane. Give me the formation I desire. It's like, if it wasn't so huge, like, I didn't think it was going to reach all the way over here. And it reached Quattro as well. Because it's got the weird shape to it. I think if he had just been just the getter, he wouldn't have bothered. But they survived 2. Which is more than they really have any right to. Right, that's that fucker done. System on the other truck. And unfortunately, can't attack. Like, can't do shit. If I'd just been able to get that one dude just ever so closer. Bullshit. Ba-da-da-da. Legend of Five Rings is a really good setting, but playing it always seems like kind of jerk off how much I know about Japan, or the setting of fake Japan. Yeah, I know they were frozen because of the map attack. That's why I was pointing it out. Do that. You do that, and that. Do that, and that. And that too, for good measure. Like, I've still got another half of this stage to go. Like, I've handled this really badly, but I mostly don't want to fucking play it again. Shit. Quattro can't even self-support against this fucking thing. But that's fine. Naked's overkill, but I want that fucker dead. No, and I don't mean that in a bad way either. I mean it like Legend of Five Rings is exponentially cooler the more stupid shithead nerd you are about it. Like you have a scene where a guy walks into a room. A Lion Clan dude walks into a room. His sword is in a black sheath, and it's tied to his belt with a red tie. He takes it off and he sets it to his right. No, to his left. He sets it to his left. As he kneels down. And it's like, okay, so from that description, you know that the dude has had someone in his family murdered because he's in mourning because of the black sheath. He's got it tied with a red tie, which means he's been given permission to get revenge, and that he's put the sword on his left side means that he's ready to grab it with his left hand and then draw with his right and kill somebody. And so he, like, that means he either doesn't trust someone in the room or he thinks somebody in the room is the murderer. And suddenly the whole tone of the room and the scene changes because someone walked in and the GM described the colour of their sword and sheath and what side he put it on. And that's really fucking cool. But it also means that when the GM does that and the players don't get it, like because they're playing crabs or whatever, you then have oh, your guide to the courtesan part leans over and goes and explains it, and then it's like, finally, you type level 9 on Camille. And it's like, holy moly, holy moly. And that dude got frozen because of the map attack, so he can't attack either, eat shit. So like the more into the setting and the bullshit and the etiquette of it all, the better and cooler it gets. But if you don't have anybody on board for that, then it's like suddenly it becomes, oh, I just told you that this happens, but we're through this. But I also like that, like, the most powerful fighting dude you can make is the unicorn shield maidens, because they're not shield maidens. They just fucking run you over in their horse and murder you. Oh, they got hit so they can't fight. We lose a lot of money? We're not going to lose any money because Roger exists. Might as well go big on it. Yeah, the Overdevils are fucking awful. They're actually the worst shit. So there's this dude and this dude. And that dude can't fight back, which amuses me. Okay, and Shin gets that dude, and that means all that's left is this man. Numenera is really good and cool. Yeah, and he can't fight back either, so... You think... Oh, Thunder's gonna do more damage than the Big Punch? I mean... Do have a lot more range than Thingy, but sure. Numenera is a really good and cool setting. When we did it, maybe we didn't go far enough into the how many times his civilization has risen and fallen. Because when Mune played the video game, he's like, wow, wow, wow. But we were doing it like a bit like Mutant style, where we could still find relics of our civilization. Bye bye. Bye bye. But Numenera is good and cool. You and your black Megadeus. And you can't fight back, he sucks. He will be able to fight back eventually though. How much are the planes to repair? None. Because Roger's here. It's going to be free. Another one I liked is the 13th Age, which is also extremely light, but that's also just because I really like the Occultist. Like, the Occultist is really cool. So, RS Adapter, 11,000 money. Bakina! Bakina! Okay, it can't be. How could it have ended like this? I am not a rotten tomato! The hell's that guy yelling about? Tomato? With that white suit, you're more like a rotten potato. And then Black Charisma. It was unavoidable that such a realization would come to bear. You're Black Charisma. What are you doing here? I'm here to see you people, of course. What are you after? Why are you following us around? Howdy, Total. Welcome to the goddamn anime. Patience, patience. There's something I must take care of first. Black Charisma, have you come to help us? I'm under no obligation to do so, Mr. Mayor. My role was limited to simply introducing you to Mr. Alex Rosewater. And on that matter, I believe it's high time he understood his actual place in the world. What did you say? You may hear it all directly from him. And here's Gordon Rosewater. Gordon Rosewater? Who's that guy again? Former president of the Paradigm Corporation, author of Metropolis, and Alex's father. Impossible, he was at the farm when... Such disloyalty to your own father, Alex. You even set fire to his crops. Also, you could crown yourself Paradigm City's king. You're no more than a coward, Dad. But I'm nothing like you, and I've proven it. I'll bring a new world order to its world. I'll be a new god. And then Roger, and for that you'd raise your hand even against your own father? Silence, Roger Smith. You're just another rotten tomato. Tomato? What's he talking about? And his the one whose name I can never remember. Vera? I think it's Vera. Gordon Rosewater cultivated many tomatoes in a bid to resurrect the memories that lie within the genes. Those include the negotiator, Alex Rosewater, and us. The Union's people? Indeed. You useless attempt at artificial cultivation. My name is Vera Ronstadt. I used to be the Union's leader. You used to? The Union is, for all intents and purposes, defunct. The result of the rebellion concocted by Alan Gabriel and the woman you call Angel. So, that woman and Roger are man-made people? Paradigm City, a town that's lost its memories, and I was created in order to bring said memories back to life. Roger. But, even if that is true, it does not change the fact that I am who I am. The way by which you've been given life has no bearing in how you live as a person. And he's going right on. How you live is much more important than any reason behind your birth. I agree as well. This life is my own. My life is not anyone's tool. Ugh, only barely though, Ray. Negotiator, you're actually not one of my beloved tomatoes. Papa. And it was not I who wrote that book, Metropolis. It's a story that a dream commanded me put to paper. A dream? That'd be the creator of Paradigm City, the one who gathered people from so many worlds and robbed them of their memories. Indeed, this city was created to serve as a model for new worlds. What do you mean? It was all one enormous experiment created by the Taiji, the Supreme Ultimate, the apex of the spheres. Asuka used that word, Taiji. A long time ago, I hired you, Roger, or rather, I hired a Roger Smith who still had his memories. If the world is a grand stage, then we humans are no more than actors playing our assigned roles on it. Nothing matters except our role, and memories are unnecessary for that. But why can't there be someone who's capable of changing those roles? I want you to negotiate with the entity that's directing the world, is what I asked of you. Me? When I still have my memories? It's ridiculous! I'll not accept such a thing. You alone are a true Dominus, Roger Smith? I absolutely cannot acknowledge that as the truth. Then Dorothy, that man, he's being consumed by the Big Foul. Same fate as Alan Gabriel. Big Foul, you trying to absorb me into your systems? But I'm not like that pathetic reporter or that snickering cyborg. I'm a true Dominus. This is the curse of the Bigs. And then, internally, Big O, do you also wish to consume me? If you did so, we would become one being, wouldn't we? Roger Smith? Roger Smith. I'll gladly pay any price, so long as I can see you dead. Big Foul, I'll give you all that I am. I know that's what you want. Alex Rosewater? I'll set you free. And if we hadn't got final stage, then we'd get it now, but we got it. So, doing it for the memories.
Roger the Negotiator. Roger Smith の名において君を断罪する。神であるこの僕が。But I was gonna be a god. Negotiation もこれで終わりね。
Negotiations have ended. Oh, that's the end of the negotiation. Alex Rosewater! Shut up then. Gwen, hand over your complete version of Metropolis. Never! The power's mine! Please stop, Lord Gwen. I'm not finished, Negotiator. I am... What? Impossible! Okay, has someone else entered this without my permission? mass-produced bigs. Big, oh? The red and white bigs too! And there are loads of them! No, the great power has... But, Big Fowl, are you saying you're displeased with me? No! Stop! Stop, Big Fowl! Stay back! Laura! Lord Gwen. So this is how it ends for a man who consigned all that he was towards sating his ambition. Lord Gwen, too much power will only invite destruction onto the world and the soul. Stay strong, Lauren. There's still enemies about. Those are our enemies, right? Well, they don't look like they want to attack us right now. And he's asking him, but that can change depending on what you'll do next. Asukim Darwin. Setsuko, looks like your time is running short. Do you feel it? I wonder? Can you sense the source of these beings' powers? Look at him with his fucking red eye portrait. Ugh. Yeah, they are Mega Deuses. Setsuko, you and the sphere are in the process of melding together, and it should be telling you. These beings are the Taiji's servants. And Orson, is this also the work of dimensional power? Dimensional power? That name's rather inadequate for what it truly is. It is the primordial power. Origin law. So, Asukim and Black Charisma aren't the same dude, unless he's doing more bullshit. Yeah, the Black Charisma and Asukim are appearing together. Oh good, we're actually going to cover that. If Asukim's not the face behind the mask, then it must be... The origin law is the manifestation of the Taiji's will. The army that stands before you is also another of its facets. Their emergence is also described in the book, Metropolis. And so it reads, the army of God, servants of the Great Will, descends upon the land at the terminus of the long age of conflict, the Black History. All is reduced to ash, marking the beginning of a new world. And Athena, that's what happened at the Black History's break. Then this army's arrival means we're at that moment? But why does Black Charisma have that book? I will leave Mr. Gwen of its possession. He wasn't in any position to object. Consider it fair compensation for introducing him and Alex. Looks like you were after that thing from the start. How much you gotta piss us off before you're happy? And then, Toga, enough is enough. We'll shadow your mask and you'll tell us what you're after. Can you really afford such a distraction with the army of God standing right before you? Were you the one who set this Megadeus army in motion, Asukim? No, I myself have been cursed by the Taiji, so that is well beyond me. Cursed? Taiji, or Supreme Ultimate. It's the fundamental principle behind the entire universe, the will that governs the beginning and the end of all that exists. My soul has no freedom, as my very fate lies bound by the Taiji's curse. Just like the fallen angels and that man who's accompanying you. Again, Fudo. Sandman, ask him, Darwin, you're also a trans-dimensional being? The fallen angels received the Taiji's curse 100,002,000 years ago, when their universe lay on the verge of destruction. They were confined beyond the dimensions into the infinite prison, and their memories were taken. Every 12,000 years, within the progressively shifting universe, the angels would emerge and repeat their battle again and again. They even fought with a different Zuth 12,000 years ago, in the age called Black History, but those memories were also taken. An endlessly repeating war. That's the nature of the human fallen angel conflict? Then this means Apollonius' betrayal actually happened 100,002,000 years ago? But the break of the world opened a tear in the dimensions, and that in turn changed the fallen angels. They managed to recover a portion of their memories and set out to create a new world themselves in order to break free from their cursed fate. Stolen memories, but that's just like the residents of Paradigm City. Not even the Taiji can make something that exists cease to do so. So what it does is erase memories and thus erase the proof that something was. That's the reason for the lost memories? This city is a miniature garden built by the Taiji's will. It's no more than a petri dish for the creation of new worlds. You mean that both this city and the lives of its citizens were all created as parts of an experiment? Still a better situation than the cursed ones, I believe. Thus I seek to overthrow the Taiji itself and gain my freedom. It's for that reason that I've also engaged in the Holy War, the battle involving the 12 warriors of the spheres. You should understand now, Setsuko. It's the transdimensional conflict between the sphere bearers. Key. Sphere. the lost fragment and their heirs. The ultimate victor will claim everything. Hang in there, Setsuko. Focus. Right. Setsuko, you finally reached the point where the sorrowful maiden will awaken. Ask him, loving this shit. Won't be long before you're a fully fledged bearer worthy of participating in the Holy War. And that'll make killing you worthwhile. Have you caused her such grief all because of this Holy War? That's right. Were I to defeat a bearer that hadn't awakened, the sphere would simply vanish to another dimension and seek a new host. It would have no impact in deciding the Holy War's ultimate victor. Then, Chief and Toby, it was all for... The sorrowful maiden's former bearer never fully awakened, so the sphere fled at that moment of her death. It arrived at your previous world, changed form, and is now in your possession. The core of the gunnery carver. The military, noticing the energy it possessed, repurposed it as a weapon. Ask him down. You killed Chief and Toby just to trigger my awakening? Whatever your reasons for it, I swear I'll make you pay. But, unfortunately, your awakening came far too late. The will of the Taiji decided to restart this world, thus the big army stirs. The will of the Taiji. Dimensional power itself. You mean it's going to trigger a break? That's right, chosen warrior of the Geta rays. What? Hold on, what about Eureka? You don't have to worry. Seems the Taiji only wishes to reset you, the singularities. Yes. Your memories will vanish and you'll become denizens of this city. What? We'll become denizens of Paradigm City? The citizens? I believe that's the Supreme Ultimate's way of extending its hand out to you. I suggest you savour this blessing. You'll be free from sorrow, pain and hardship, after all. In exchange for our memories. As Alex said, the lesser world is filled with chaos while this world has been granted eternal tranquility. You should be grateful to be offered a chance to live here. Though, I personally would refuse. A world of eternal tranquility? I'd certainly say it's paradise. We've been through so much pain and sorrow. We could leave it all behind. What then, negotiator? The decision is yours. As per Gordon Rosewater's request, I understand. Roger. My answer is... Okay, and then we can get an ending point if we pick the last one. And by get an ending point, I mean minus 15, which is where we go, yes, we will abandon our memories and live in the city. But, fuck that. I just gotta make sure that this is the fuck that. Bum, 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 bum. Like, I'm pretty sure this is the fuck that. Yeah, abandon memories and live in Paradigm City, but we're not. We're going, yo, fuck this. I don't want to forget about Eureka, Roger. No way in hell. Same here. Losing my memories would mean I'd forget everything about Aki, Hamamoto, and the others. Do you want to make everything we've done for naught? I'm with them. Those painful moments, the mistakes we made, they're all part of the lives we led. Think, Roger. What was the reason why you left the city in the first place? Is that the truth you found outside? There's no need for you to hesitate. Weren't you a dweller of this city from the start? And so, he should come back and drag us all along? Well, it is the natural decision. Like raising an umbrella when you're in the rain. You too deserve peace, Sooth. Go. Rest eternally in this city. No. What did you say? I said no. And the reason for that would be they've already given you more than enough reasons. But additionally, I've always been a free spirit. Roger! Some people like to stand in the rain without an umbrella, and that's fine. Such is the essence of freedom. That is the choice of Roger Smith. Which means, what we have to do is smash the big army. Let's do it, people. Doesn't matter what enemy we're up against. Just need to keep on going. It's useless. The will of the Taiji is already in motion. Ask him, what's binding you is not the Taiji's curse. In your resignation, you've given up on your very own freedom. But we will not surrender, not while time remains. Very well, Setsuko. I'm hoping you'll emerge victorious as well. As proof, let me show you the key to the upcoming reset. Here's Angel. That's... Angel? Roger, I came into contact with the Great Will and cultivated my tomatoes, spurred by the belief that memories lay within people. But I was wrong. Memories do not necessarily lie in the people's consciousness. This young lady herself is a memory. What? She's a proxy of the Taiji's will, the director for this entire artificial city. Then we can end this if we take her out? But she's almost doll-like. It's like her mind's gone. Let me handle her, my friends. Roger, you're not thinking of... I'm a negotiator. Do you understand what that means? Alright, Roger, we'll clear the way. We're counting on you to negotiate. Gotta bring home the goods, bro. No brute forcing your way through this if things go south. Leave it all to me. I wish you luck, Zuth. And Setsuko. Asakim's left. Hey, you sit right there. We've got a truckload of stuff we want to ask you about. I'm afraid that's not possible. I have some final preparations to take care of, you see. But I'll give you one piece of information by way of an apology. I estimate this city will be reset in about 5 minutes. Now, if you'll excuse me. Wait, final preparations? Black Charisma? Is it her behind the mask then? Whatever, we've got to worry about backing up Roger right now. Right, this can't be the end. 5 minutes remain. All will be decided in this window. We believe in you, Roger. Let's go, Roger. Hold on, Angel. I'm going to parley with you. As a negotiator. And then we've got to beat up everything before Roger gets to that spot. Which, I think we can do it. Well, 24 bigs, each with 45,000 health. 5 turns to do 1 million damage, but they all don't do anything. Valid and Salt's maps are good. Renton is gonna, Renton will fly in. Lauren, well, Thingy and Kira will fly in, and then And I mean, Roger's got a map attack too, right? Donut guy should be it. Donut. Fucking Zenfudo's busy being a fever dream right now. I guess I should put the other nerd in front. The one who can actually attack people after moving. Much better. Maybe Roger is the Batman. Who knows? So yeah, Setsuko calling Asakim out on his shit there. As we know eventually that she's wrong, but I mean, she's not to know, is she? That was 9 years and 3 consoles later. Bang, bang, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. Ora, ora, ora! Bang, 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 ga-dang. What a wild ride. So, Athrun is like, the Black Charisma. Is it her? I'm sorry, Athrun, it's not like this. As much as that makes sense, it's not. Got it? This is... Whomp! Crash her backpack into a nerd. What a world we live in. I'm glad Athrun gets a char kick in V though. So how's everybody doing this wonderful evening? Like, oh yeah, back to Numenera, just to get back to that again. The dude that I made when we did Numenera, I was a dude who was the ultimate, he was the perfect being. And he was found by a holy order in the basements of their monastery. And he was just born. Immaculate conception, don't know how it happened. And then the actual deal was that it was a hospital, because hospitals often are the whatever of Saint whatever, like the mercy of whatever. You know the deal. And like their monastic robes were just scrubs. Oh, they can't. Yeah, they can't attack because they got hit by the bullshit beam. And he was just from a like a mechanical womb thing. He was just a baby that was in a little IV pod thing. Not IV pod, like a little baby thing that they put babies in when they're gonna die when they're premature. There we go, much better. But it had got frozen somehow, so he'd been preserved for a long time, and he was part of a genetic experiment that someone was doing in the labs, and that way he was so good and cool. But he wasn't really that good and cool. Mass-produced Megadeth is where they come from. They're all from underground, and it's all bullshit. Alright, and so now I've got to find Koji because everybody's got shit they want to talk about. It's Duke, Camille, Ryoma, Banjo, Rand, Tetsuko, Marin, Shin, Sandman. Here's Koji. We've still got a job to do, so this can't be the end for us. Wait up, Shiro. I swear I'm coming back. So yeah, I was a dude that was the result of an experiment of a mad scientist in a basement of a hospital, but as far as anybody could tell, after all those thousands and thousands of years, he'd just been born from this weird thing. He just showed up. He was defrosted as a little baby. So he was dead into whatever weird cult they'd made, but everybody was just in hospital staff stuff. Kanor played a man called Elvis. And he had a gun, but it wasn't a gun, it was a guitar. And that was his focus that he'd use for his spells, because he was a spell man in Numenera, so he could strum his guitar and cast spells. And it was just that Elvis is such a powerful personality that there's always one every generation. Every civilization will always get an Elvis. Were I a super coordinator? No, I was Kaz from JoJo. But stupid, really stupid. He wasn't, like, he was really dumb. He was the dumbest dude of all time. He was so stupid. I didn't want to heal that dude, but that's fine. She's pretty tough anyway. Not they can attack. Like, he went around wearing no clothes. Bow bow bow. Bow bow bow. Kazuo in personality amount of bullshit. He couldn't even do much bullshit. He just went around with special gloves punching people and kicking them. Like, he was just a super fit dude, as you'd expect from that sort of thing. And he was capable of super thought, but he'd been brought up by idiots from the future. So he was just dumb. Right, now I've got to find Cape. Here we go. I don't give a damn about eternal tranquility or whatever. We got stuff to do. Set up those red, white, and black mooks and keep them coming. I'll kick all their butts. So he mostly just went around in naked Cars mode, like he just had a little loincloth and gloves that he punched people with and kicked them. Grunty was a cyborg. I can't remember what her name was, but it was like her model number as well. And she was just really fucking strong, super strong. And she had a voice box that she had to hit the button to press. But she was just a mass-produced. I think she was an army android, maybe, Or she might have been a work android actually. Like she was really good at lifting things and crushing things. But she was just woken up in a big crate somewhere in loads of plastic wrap, and someone just unwrapped her and pulled her out and was like, hell yeah. Give me that good shit. Banana, banana. You see the super strong army cyborg? That's the normal one. We had the dude who was Elvis. We had the dude who thought he was perfect in every way, and he wasn't. And the super strong army cyborg. Hey, where's Banjo? Banjo's up here. Here's Banjo. Great power, dimensional energy. I don't understand its true essence, but I still have something to say about all this. Do you hear me, Taiji? It's useless to try and stop us. Just as you cannot stop the rising sun. We'll be breaking out of this place. And Tidus was a super poet dude. And he was a swashbuckler. He just jumped around with his sword and did cool stuff. But everybody rolled exceptionally badly all the time. So whenever we would go, oh yeah, we're going to do this and do something cool, we just fuck it up miserably. Ended up falling on our butts and laying on the floor, and it was awful. But it was a good time. Numenera is good. Banjo is the sun. That's how much he loves it. Ghetto Boys still can't do anything, but they can get tough though. That's everybody. But yeah, Numenera was a good time, and we met a dude who had a super good, he had a spear. He had a spear that was a telescopic liquid metal thing, so he was super cool. It's like Toga and AG, they're up here. Here we go. Don't hold back, Toga. Send all these fucked mechs to the trash. Our struggles are still ongoing. No time to waste standing here. I wasn't Kiryu Kanata. No, I wasn't even as good as that dude. One day I would have become really good. And maybe if he was allowed to read a book ever in his life, instead of just worshipped as the perfect baby born from nothing, then he might have been better if he had a really high opinion of himself. When actually, mostly he was just like, he was physically primed for a human being. Get him, AG. You big old shin fucker. But all in all, Numenera was a good time. Turns out, a lot of things are a good time when you're hanging out with your buddies. Bum ba dum, bum 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 ba bum. G-Thing attack from the dude again. Beam Cyber. Some War of the World shit there. Strange, no. No, I haven't. Everyone should give Ryutama a look there, because Ryutama is really fucking good. And it's extremely systems light. And it's also really easy to run, saying this as a person who has only ever run 2 things in his life, and one of them is Ryutama, and it's really easy. Nice kick, dude. Buddy, you gotta save some juice for the big move. Can't go around doing that all the time. Give him the gun. No. Give him the gun. Give it to him, Kate. K's at the top. Oh well, then everyone inside the scub. Only way to save both is to do the dimensional repair. Ugh, this ain't the time to start overthinking things. First order of business is getting out of here. Same system as new and everything, just noise. Noise. I really want to do a 13th age thing because the occultist is really cool. And like the concept I had for the dude was really cool. And I just want to be that dude. He's an adventuring archaeologist slash tailor. And his sword is shaped like a big pair of scissors. And occultists in 13th Age do this thing where they see alternate timelines and stuff like that. Like when one of your friends miss on their turn, you go, okay, my turn this time. Cast this spell. Actually, they didn't miss, and I did that as him finding the threads of fate from another timeline, and finding another dimension where his friends weren't garbage and did hit the enemies and stuff like that. Think Lagrange will ever be included in Super Awards? I can't think why not, but I can't think of many reasons why it would get in other than it's just something to put in. I think it's the sort of thing that would do well on a handheld one rather than the big console fest, because it wasn't so much about the big fights. Books of fiction become parallel realities to Earth. The players are able to dimension. It's good as hell. That's the last one of them we're able to do until Orson regenerates, but that's fine. But yeah, just like the occultist is just a dude who all of your spells are reactions to other things, like when someone hits or misses, or when they dodge or don't dodge, you can then go, actually they didn't. Oh, that's good as hell. That's good as hell. I want to be more appropriate to the setting. Ryoma. Here's Ryoma. Our battle cannot end in a place like this. You have to keep fighting, not just for us in our world, but also to those that are living inside the scub. Nah, that's not that hard to fit in, the Galactic Reserve thing, and the aliens are actually humans, because the aliens are actually humans is like in a million different things. And you just have it like it turns out where you are is the Galactic Reserve, and then